Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to break down 5 of the most powerful, science-backed daily habits that can really, truly change your cancer risk, especially after you hit 50. And look, this isn't about some miracle cure. This is about the real biology of prevention, based on the incredible work of Dr. William Li.
So what are we talking about here, really? A massive 28-year Harvard study looking at over 100,000 adults found that a few key daily habits can cut your overall cancer risk by up to 61%. Just let that sink in for a second. That's not a pill, it's not some expensive treatment, it's your lifestyle. This is what's possible.
The big question then is how? How do you actually turn that incredible potential into your daily reality? Well, that is exactly what we're here to do. We're going to count down the 5 most impactful habits, starting right now.
So let's begin with the foundation. Think of these first 3 habits as the absolute bedrock. They work together to create an environment inside your body where your own natural defenses can do their job and thrive.
Kicking us off at number 5 is something so simple you might almost dismiss it, but I'm telling you, the science says don't you dare.
We're talking about morning hydration, and I mean specifically drinking a good 16 to 20 ounces of water before anything else. No coffee, no tea, just water. Its simplicity is deceptive because there's a powerful mechanism at play here, and it's especially critical for an aging body. Okay, so the slide mentions this fancy word, autophagy, but here's what's really happening. For one thing, as we get older, our brain's actual ability to sense thirst starts to decline after age 55. And that's a big deal, because your lymphatic system, just think of it as your body's garbage truck crew. It runs on water. If you're dehydrated, those trucks slow way down, and all that cellular junk starts to pile up. Hydration also kicks that autophagy process into gear, which is basically your cell's quality control team. That process can decline by 30% after 65, but a good dose of water first thing in the morning helps wake it right back up.
So the trick is doing it right. It's simple. Keep a big 20-ounce glass of water right on your nightstand. The moment you wake up, drink the whole thing. If you want a little extra credit, a squeeze of lemon adds compounds that have their own anti-tumor properties. And here's the synergy tip. Pair that water with just 10 minutes of light movement, walking, stretching, and you get that lymphatic garbage truck moving, boosting its flow by up to 40%.
All right, let's move on to number 4, and you'll see how these habits start to build on each other. This one's been around for thousands of years, but modern science is just now catching up to why it's so powerful.
And that habit is eating fermented foods every single day. Things like kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, or even just some good old plain yogurt. A really groundbreaking study out of Stanford in 2021 confirmed that these foods can dramatically increase the diversity of your gut microbiome while lowering key inflammatory markers that are linked to cancer.
And this quote just brings it to life. Dr. Lai talks about his patient Margaret, who was 67. She had chronically high stubborn inflammation. By just adding 2 servings of fermented foods to her day, her main inflammation marker dropped by 38% in just 90 days. I mean, her own doctors were just blown away.
So how does this work? Well, after age 60 or so, our gut lining can get a little leaky. Fermented foods help your good gut bacteria produce a compound called butyrate. And you can think of butyrate like a bouncer or a security guard in your colon. It can actually spot troublesome precancerous cells and basically tell them, hey, time to self-destruct, long before they can cause any real problems.
Coming in hot at number 3 is a true game changer. You've definitely heard of it, but I'm willing to bet you haven't heard about it in a way that actually unlocks its most potent cancer-fighting benefits.
We are talking about metabolic walking, and that word, metabolic, is absolutely everything. This is so different from a gentle stroll around the neighborhood. The difference could literally be between feeding cancer and starving it.
And this comparison here shows you exactly why that difference is so important. A regular stroll is nice, but look at what metabolic walking does. Cancer cells are absolute sugar fiends. Their favorite food is glucose. Metabolic walking, where you get your heart rate up into that moderate zone, actually uses up that circulating glucose, basically taking away cancer's lunch money. Plus, it floods your tissues with oxygen, creating an environment that cancer just hates. And it even builds new mitochondria, your body's little power plants.
And the numbers. Wow, the numbers just don't lie. A massive meta-analysis by the American Cancer Society found that this specific kind of activity was linked to a 42% reduction in colon cancer risk, 38% for breast cancer, and even 27% for lung cancer. Those are just staggering results for something as simple as a brisk walk.
Okay, so those first 3 habits are your foundation. They're non-negotiable. But according to the research, these next 2, this is where things get genuinely revolutionary. These are the real heavy hitters. So, what is the second most impactful daily habit for cancer prevention after 50? It's a compound called sulforaphane. You find it in cruciferous veggies like broccoli, and even more so in broccoli sprouts. Now, what makes this stuff so incredible is that it doesn't just fight cancer cells, it goes after the generals, the cancer stem cells that are so often behind a cancer coming back. But, and this is a huge but, the way you prepare it is everything. The slide here shows us the mechanism, and it's built around something called the NRF2 pathway. The easiest way to think of NRF2 is as the head of security for your DNA. When you flip that switch on, it activates over 200 protective genes that go to work repairing DNA damage. The tragedy is, its activity can drop by about 40% between ages 50 and 70. Sulforaphane is one of the most powerful natural ways we know of to wake that security system back up. So this part is absolutely crucial, and it's where most people go wrong. It's called the chop and wait method. You see, sulforaphane is created by an enzyme reaction that only happens after you chop or crush the vegetable. But heat destroys that key enzyme. So you chop your broccoli, you let it sit on the cutting board for 40 minutes, then you can lightly steam it. And here's the ultimate synergy tip. If you cook your broccoli and you forgot to wait, you can sprinkle a little raw mustard seed powder on it. That actually restores the enzyme and can boost the available sulforaphane by up to 4 times.
And that brings us to number 1, the single most impactful, the most critical daily habit for preventing cancer after the age of 50. This is the one that brings everything else together and makes it all work better.
The number 1 habit is not just sleep. It's a very specific kind of sleep that researchers call oncological sleep architecture. It's all about the quality and the timing of your sleep that turns on your body's most powerful anti-cancer systems. And the data on what happens when this gets disrupted is, frankly, pretty terrifying.
To really put this in perspective, think about this. The International Agency for Research on Cancer has officially classified night shift work, which just obliterates healthy sleep architecture, as a probable human carcinogen. That puts it in the same category as certain nasty industrial chemicals. That is how critical proper sleep is to our biology. You see, during deep sleep, your brain runs a kind of power wash cycle, flushing out toxins. It's also when you produce peak levels of melatonin. And not the supplement, but the hormone that your body makes that directly stops tumors from growing. The problem is, melatonin production can decline by 70% as we age. Following this simple protocol, a consistent bedtime, no screens before bed, a cool, dark room, all of this helps restore that essential, life-saving mechanism.
So I know that was a lot of information. Let's pull it all together into one simple, actionable playbook that you can start using tonight.
Here it is, your 5-step daily prevention playbook, ranked from most impactful to the foundation. Number 1, optimize your sleep architecture. 2, eat those sulforaphane-rich foods and prepare them right. 3, take that daily metabolic walk. 4, get some fermented foods in you. And 5, start every single day with morning hydration. Each one builds on the last.
And as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this powerful message from Dr. Lee himself. You are not too old for prevention. The science does not have an age limit. Your body has a remarkable built-in capacity to defend and to heal itself when you just give it what it needs.
So the only question left is this. Looking at that playbook, what is the one small change, just one, that you will start tomorrow morning? Because every single day is a fresh opportunity to begin.